Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with what I hope is going to be a very easy quilt top. This quilt top will probably be good for the top of a twin size bed. We don't know because I haven't made it yet and we're just going to do this together. All you need are two different fabrics. One fabric is going to be the main fabric. The second fabric is going to be for sashing. But we're going to be doing strip sets. That's why it will be easy. You can use anything you want for your main fabric. It's actually a good quilt for a large print because our pieces of fabric are going to be pretty big. But I ended up going with something just, small and subtle. I liked the color of the little spots in there, so I'm going with the whatever shade of blue this is. I do not know my colors at all, but it goes good with this, and this is going to be the border. I want the border to actually pop, as opposed to the blocks that we're making. It's going to be rectangles, all rectangles. But instead of cutting rectangles and sewing them all together, we're doing a strip set. So you are going to need 2 yards of your main fabric, and you're going to need 1 yard of the other fabric. Make sure the fabrics are at least 42 inches wide after the selvages are cut off. I'm just going to set up to start cutting strips, and I'll show you what I'm doing. This is how I cut strips. You're free to cut them any way you want. This is my folded edge up there. This is my selvage. I just like to fold it up and make it as even as I can. Make sure I'm under the camera. And I just put the fold that I created on a line. And I'm going to even off my end. And then I am going to cut 7-inch strips, and we need 10 of those. I'm starting on the number 2 line, so I'm going to be cutting on the number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct. So I need 10 strips like this. Actually, I'm not going to move that. I am going to go up another 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That brings me to 16. I just don't like starting at the end of my board. Now I'll move it down. Now my edge is straight, so I don't need to trim it again. So I'm starting on the 2 line, so I know I need to cut on the 9 and then the 16. And now I have my 10 strips. Now we're going to cut the strips for the sashing. We are going to do 2-inch strips, and we need 17 of them. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to fold this over. And I need to trim my end to start. I need 17. Now I have my 10 strips and my 17 strips. I am going to take 5 of these strips and 6 of these. And we're going to be doing strip sets like this. I'm going to open this up. And it's going to start with the border or sashing color. And this folded line, that will be cut out, so don't worry about that. But you can certainly use it as a center point if you want. It doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, we will be trimming that out after the fact. So I'm just going to go solid print, solid print, solid print, like that. I'm just going to keep going until I have all 5 of these big strips in there, and there'll be blue between and also on each end. If it's easier for you, and that's what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and sew some of these strips. Just like I sewed this one on, I'm waiting to press it. And I'm going to sew this on here, and I'm just going to create some of the, strips like this, and then I'll put those together. And again, what I'm doing is just matching up my centers, and then I just go down, and I don't care that they don't match up perfectly on this end because, the selvage is there and everything. That's okay. It's all getting trimmed. So I'm just putting it like that. I smooth it out, and I know that that's how I'm starting. Wherever that ends, that's where I start. And I should mention that I am using approximately 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And I'm going to be ending here for this because it is getting dark. I wouldn't be able to show you pictures of the quilt on the bed, so I'm going to finish it up tomorrow. And I just want to show you, I'm just going to make strips like this, and then when I have all 5 of these with at least 1 row of blue, I will sew these together. I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and then that last piece, when they're sewn together, will need another strip. So you just want it to alternate and start with your border like that. When I am done this one, I am going to make an identical one using the rest of the fabric. So you'll have 2 identical pieces with 5 big strips and 6 narrow strips. And then we will get to the next step. So please subscribe and you won't miss the next episode. We will be finishing this up. It's a very quick project. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.